Fine by me. I don't mind. I just figure it's a nice way of, getting to know you guys a bit more, because it's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, I sit here at my laptop and I send out messages and I don't know any of you, so I just thought it would be a nice opportunity rather than actually, because I get loads of email questions and questions on Facebook and stuff. So I thought it would actually be nice to kind of take the questions or chat directly rather than through messages. So that was the idea behind it. So it's nice to have you. Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I've done a few of these Zoom meetings or webinars,
Yeah.
and I wasn't sure who was going to sort of be here.
Well, I never know either. Let's see who comes. I had a nice chat with one person at the last one I did, so it seems to be a one-person thing, which is fine by me.
Okay.
I think people are probably quite scared about the whole video thing. I don't know.
Sure.
I haven't done it before. It's a bit intimidating.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people don't know Zoom, don't know what Zoom is, and are not familiar with it. And I'm relatively new. Last couple of years, I've done a few of these sort of webinars, so I'm sort of a little bit familiar with the sort of process. And
it's clever, isn't it? Anyway, I thought I would record this if that's okay with you, just so that I can then people can see what it's like and they don't need to be scared. So I'll just share it then. And there were quite a few people that emailed me to say they couldn't come, but asked if I could record it. So they can.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Well, I don't have any questions. I thought I'd just join and see what was happening. And
cool.
but I mean, I can pull up questions. I mean, I came across your website, I think last year or the year before, and I'm not celiac. I have an interest in sort of gluten-free cooking, gluten-free baking. Heading down the road of veganism.
Oh yeah.
And I've actually just moved home, and so I'm in the process of just sorting out. I have no curtains or blinds at the window.
Oh no.
So my backdrop is very sparse. I think there's a mop in the corner there. You're recording this, people will see my mop there. I'm
very good. I'm impressed.
But yes, I found your website, found it really interesting. I did order some of your flour, but I've just been so busy, I just haven't had a chance to actually bake anything. But then I do get your emails, obviously, because I got the one yesterday. And so now I've moved. Once I'm settled, I do want to sort of get into sort of cooking vegan meals, baking, gluten-free. So I thought I'd just come and join and see
cool.
what.
Well, I mean, I plan to just do it once a week if it's not on school holidays, because then it will just be a nightmare. And then if people have got a question, they'll come. If they haven't, if nobody comes, that's fine by me. I mean, I'm here anyway, so I kind of figure I may as well just switch the camera on and say hi.
Absolutely.
I'm in the kitchen today. I am baking my new bread mix. I don't know whether you've probably seen in my newsletters that I've developed a
Yes, I did. Yes.
So I'm just doing it. Well, I was hoping to do a video today of baking it so I could get it out on the website to help people feel confident about making it. But one thing and another has meant that I haven't done that. So I have got a loaf in there, but I'm taking photos of it today, not videoing it. So anyway, so I'll be interrupted in about 4 minutes and have to get it out. So that's why I'm sat here.
I actually find that helpful, sort of visuals, either not necessarily a video, but actually sort of seeing I don't know, some of the stages in making something rather than just reading a recipe.
That's good to know, because I thought it would be helpful. So I'm planning to do like a video of me actually making it, but also one of just photographed steps, so you can see what it looks like at each stage. Which I thought would be helpful for people.
That'd be really helpful for me, and I'm sure for others as well, because I'm a visual person. So rather than just sort of reading a recipe. Okay, you can see the what it's supposed to be, you know, at the end. But to have I think a video is brilliant. But if you can't do a video, sorry, I should turn this off. You can see I came prepared for this.
I don't need to be prepared. I expect mine will go in a minute, and then it'll be really
nice. Yeah, video is brilliant, or pictures of, as you say, the different stages of cooking or baking.
Cool.
That's really helpful for me. We're just starting. We're just getting into sort of baking and cooking. So yeah, that'd be
well, that's good, because I know a lot of people find the videos helpful. And I haven't really done any for the last few years, just because they take so much time to kind of put together and then edit and all the rest of it. I've just been on other things, but I did think, because it's funny, because with the bread mix, I've tried to have the instructions really, really, really clear, but it kind of makes it look like it's really difficult when it's just really, really easy. But I wanted it to be, you know, so that there could be no mistakes or, you know, whatever, but it kind of makes it look like it's slightly intimidating. So I thought a video where it shows you how easy actually it is.
No, I think that's a great idea. I think I saw a video of yours on YouTube when I first got the flour. I think you were making pancakes, and I think it's pancake day today, isn't it? And the clip showed you. I think it was an old clip.
Yeah, it was very
but it was really helpful, because it showed you, you know, actually doing it, making it, and so again, that'd be really helpful for me.
I have to bear that in mind with any recipes that I do, really, is to try and get some videos put together, because I know a lot of people have told me that it's really helpful, and the ones that I've got are really old.
But time consuming for you, but for us, then somebody else has joined us.
Hi, Sue. I can hear you, can see you. If you hover down at the bottom, you'll get there's like a microphone symbol that says mute or unmute, bottom left, and if you click on that, then we'll be able to hear you if you want to talk, but you don't have to. We were just chatting about my bread mix because we didn't have any questions. So Sue, I don't know whether you've got any questions, if you want to ask anything specific. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, thank you. Thanks for all your help earlier on in the year. That was brilliant. Thank you.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, I'm glad. So you managed to bake a few successful things, and
yeah, pretty much. Cakes are still a bit awkward because I'm still trying to replace the sugar in some form or other. So yeah, it's very difficult. I don't want to use Elixir or whatever, and stevia is not very nice, and it's not very nice
taste, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So it's really sort of trying to replace the quantity of the sugar in the baking mix. I used to do a weight of 2 eggs and things with my sugar mix, but obviously quite a few of the other sugars don't weigh the same.
No, they're a pain, aren't they? Sorry, bear with me one sec. I've just got to get some bread out of the oven, which is why I'm sitting right here in front of the kitchen, where I'd normally be upstairs. Sugar is a real tricky one, I think. What I tend to do is focus on sweetening things with dried fruit or bananas or dates and that sort of thing, rather than trying to substitute sugar. So actually, creating recipes that sweet other things.
The sugar thing is good for me as well, because I'm trying to avoid the sort of the regular sort of sugar.
Really refined stuff.
And I've tried stevia and xylitol and all the different varieties, and they all have an aftertaste. So as you say, that cooking with baking with fruit, using fruit to sweeten is good for me as well.
Yeah, and I try and use some of the sweeter vegetables as well, because that really helps the moisture, but it also puts some sweetness in.
Yes.
So I think the sugar alternatives are yeah, a bit into baking, I think.
They're not good, are they? No.
No, well, we also, I always feel a bit like we don't really know what they're doing to us, because there's not, you know, like, is it actually better than sugar? I mean, obviously, if you're diabetic or whatever, you know, then there's a difference. But if you're just trying to avoid sugar, I kind of got to the point where I was like, actually, I think I'd rather just cut down the amount of sugar.
Yeah.
At least you know what you're getting with sugar, but you don't with any of the sweetness and stuff. So
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would look for recipes that were kind of naturally sweetened with fruits or dried fruits or that kind of thing, rather than trying to substitute sugar for a sugar substitute, because like you say,
it's not very nice. No,
works so well. I don't know whether you've tried my I think it's called alternative Christmas cake, because I made it as an alternative Christmas cake when I couldn't have sugar. And it's got what has it got in it? That's got parsnip, I think. It's got vegetables in it.
Okay, all right.
And other fruits.
Okay.
But that's really lovely. It's really, really moist. And it doesn't have the sugar.
Okay.
But
all
yeah.
right. I'll give that a go then. Thank you. So how's your bread mix going then?
Yeah, well, hopefully it will go on. Well, it's going to be in stock at the beginning of next week. So I'm just trying to get the website sorted out. There's a loaf. I don't know whether you can see it.
Wow.
No.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, I just got to take photos of it today. I was just explaining to Neil that I'm trying to do a video to show people how to make it, show how easy it is. Yeah, so hopefully all of that will be up. Well, I'm aiming for the end of this week, so that you can put pre-orders in if you want to.
Lovely. Okay.
So yes.
Cool. Okay.
Look forward to more feedback. Obviously, it's been tested by lots of people already. But yes, it will be nice to see what people think anyway.
Okay.
So we will see what happens.
Thank you.
I was saying to Neil that I'm just going to do this every week, if you know, provided I'm around and it's not the school holidays or anything. And then if people want to come and ask me anything, or just chat to me about baking, or you know, if they're new to the gluten-free diet or anything like that, and they've got questions, they can just come along. And I mean, I'm here behind the computer anyway, so it kind of, like, I'll just switch the camera on and see who comes.
No, hopefully that it will work. Especially, you know, sometimes you just got one little thing and you think, well, I wonder if I ask that. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think, like, they're the same kind of questions that always come up that I answer by email, but actually, you know, it's probably useful to answer them on a video so that other people can find the answer too.
Yeah, cool.
In fact, I had a question this morning about pastry, so I may as well cover it. Someone emailed to ask whether you could freeze pastry. And so I obviously replied saying, yes, you can, and you can freeze it either before you bake it or after you bake it. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah, so you can make it and then put it in the freezer and obviously defrost it before you use it, or you can make a pie and then put it in the freezer. And
okay, well, that's good. Yeah. I have to admit, my pastry is quite crumbly.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm not very good at the pastry. It's all right for the bottom bit of the pie because you can press that in, but the top bit of the pie, it's a bit of a disaster.
Is that when you move it?
Yeah.
Are you using my recipe with the egg in it?
Yeah, I am. But it's just, you know, because with some things you can sort of turn the thing upside down and flop it in. But yeah, I'm trying to move it on baking paper, and yeah, I'm struggling to keep it whole.
Are you? Because one of the things that I found really helps is if you really flour the surface that you're rolling it on, and just keep moving it. So roll it and move it, roll it, move it. So that it never gets stuck. And then if you put it over the rolling pin, you simply
I think I obviously haven't got quite the right consistency because it falls off. It falls off the rolling pin in bits. Yeah, so I have to work on that. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's something, because one of the other things I'm happy to do, and you know, in these sort of sessions, is to just make something. And pastry, I mean, you can make it really quick.
Yeah, I've had a look. You know, you've got some videos on YouTube, haven't you? With I've had a look at those as well, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just me. I've got very hot hands. So
I was
maybe
going to say it may be that it's hot. I've got really cold hands, so I've got good pastry making hands. But
yeah.
So you may need to chill it for some time longer.
Bit longer. Yeah, in between. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Never mind.
I'm sure it tastes nice.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Yeah, it does. It's not too bad.
Oh, right.
Okay.
But Neil, I don't know whether you've got any other things that you wanted to ask. Or...
Well, the bread mix that you were just talking about there, just wondering what you add to the bread mix. So I'm looking at going down the road of becoming vegan, so I'm just wondering what you add to make the loaf.
Well, I have deliberately created it so it is vegan.
Okay.
So much gluten-free bread has got egg in it, and actually it's quite hard to make gluten-free bread without egg because it really helps together, and it helps with the rise.
Yeah.
So it's taken quite a lot of experimenting to get
one.
So so you don't have to add eggs. The only thing that you add at the moment, which may change depending on whether people like it or not. I haven't put the yeast in it in the mix, so you need to add the yeast. That's purely from a shelf life point of view, because obviously once you put the yeast in, then it's got a much shorter shelf life. So I just wanted to test it out really and see what people thought. Sugar, which you don't have to add. Again, I wanted to be able to make it with an option of adding it or not adding it.
Yes.
Really, that's just for flavour. You don't need sugar to make bread because the yeast will feed off the carbohydrate in the flour.
Okay.
So you don't need to add the sugar, but it's a taste thing. You know, people are so used to having that in it. But so again, it's only a tablespoon that you add. But you don't have to add it, and you can use sugar or honey or something like that if you want to. So I decided not to put it in the mix itself. And then it's oil and a teaspoon of vinegar or lemon juice. It's just to activate the bicarbonate of soda that's in it, which helps it rise a bit more. And water. So I mean ingredients that you would generally have.
Yes.
So,
Good.
So
sounds good.
Pretty straightforward. And it's literally just it's going to stick in here now, otherwise I'll get it out. I'm not going to try and peel it out because it needs a prise out. But you literally just bung it in a bowl, stir it up, and then put it in your tin and leave it to rise. So easy.
And you can freeze.
Sorry.
I was just saying, you can freeze that as well. But...
Yes, you can. But the other great thing about it, because what I was finding whenever I made bread at home was that if you didn't eat it that day, the next day it was like a brick.
Yes.
It wasn't edible, which is kind of disappointing when you've spent, whatever time putting a nice loaf of bread together, and you're never going to be able to eat it in a day, are you? It's like, but with this one, it stays fresh for at least 3 days.
Oh, okay.
And you can, I have it out, well, it never lasts this long, but it has I've had it out for a week, and it's, after sort of 4 days, you want to toast it because it's getting dry, but it's, it's still soft after 3 days. It's a really soft loaf.
Yes. Because you say after a couple of days, bread does tend to go a little bit stale, doesn't it? And bread's always nice when it's fresh, when it's freshly baked, or when you just bought it or whatever. But that's good that it stays fresh.
Yeah, so that's been the sort of game changer really with this loaf. Is that it's actually enjoyable for a few days after you've baked it, which is so the kids have it in their lunch boxes and stuff for a few days.
And it's easy to cut, because some of the sort of I have tried to make bread in the past years ago, and it can get very sort of crumbly, and so when you try and cut it, it kind of just collapses.
I'm going to attempt to get it out, and then I can show you. It's really easy. It's really easy to cut. You really ideally should wait if you're baking any bread. You should really wait until it's cooled. But I never do. I always say it in my recipes, but the reality is, who's going to wait for a fresh loaf of bread? So
there it is.
There it is.
Wow.
I'll do a cut for you. It might be a bit sticky. yeah, it tends to be a little bit sticky when it's hot.
Yeah.
You can't see it, can you? There you go. Ooh. Yes, it's a bit sticky where I've just literally got it out of the oven, but
Yeah,
Right.
very good. Yeah.
the crumbs a bit, like I say, it's a bit gooey because I've not let it cool at all.
Yeah.
But hey,
There it is.
see how soft it is. I mean, that's
great.
yeah, lovely, lovely spread. So yeah, and it's kind of, it tastes like wholemeal, you know, like what a wholemeal would have tasted like if you still ate it, but I don't. You know what I mean? It's got that lovely flavour. So it makes a change from the kind of white stuff that you get from the shops. I'm not a big fan of gluten-free bread. It's just very tasteless generally. So they've got to put loads of seeds and things like that in to try and get the flavour into it. But the thing is, this is based on my flour blend. So you get the natural flavours of the flours that I've used, so you don't need to add other stuff into it.
Is there any way of cooking that without yeast, Vicky?
No. But perhaps that will be my next challenge. I mean, obviously, I think I directed you to soda bread recipes, didn't I?
Yes, I can do soda bread, and sometimes I do I put lemon juice in with milk.
Yes.
And that makes, everything sort of fizz up a bit. But I didn't know whether I could have a go. What do you think? Would it be too claggy?
I think it would be too heavy. I mean, actually, it would be interesting. I might experiment with it, just adding some extra bicarb and extra vinegar or lemon juice. Don't know.
Okay. All right. Because yeast is one of my things I can't have.
I know.
So, yeah.
Well, it's frustrating. I know exactly how annoying that is because I used to have to avoid yeast as well. And it's disappointing, isn't it? But
yeah, it is. But never mind. Okay.
soda bread is not quite the same, is it? And that's the thing that you'll never get a loaf of bread without the yeast, if you see what I mean.
No.
It will be like soda bread if you used more bicarbonate soda and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, not to worry.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Maybe one day you'll be able to have yeast again, because I didn't ever be able to have it, and I'm fine with it now. So having I came off it for I don't know, probably a year or 18 months, and had a very low sugar diet as well, and since then I've not had problems with it. So
okay, maybe we'll hope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay.
Right. If nobody's got anything else they want to add, then I will let you all go, and I'm going to go and have
a bit of bread. Thank you very much.
That's all right. It was lovely to meet you. Nice to meet you.
And you.
Thanks, Vicky.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Bye.